Hello. Thank you for joining us today for today's webinar, where we will talk to you about how to deliver an outstanding customer experience using smart surveys. My name is Anna, and I'm a customer success manager at MyFeelBack. I'm joined by Marine, who will tell you a little bit more about how this webinar will work today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Anna. So my name is Marine and I am CMO at MyFeelBack. Today, I just want to give you some quick technical information before Anna starts. So this webinar will last 1 hour and we will have 45 minutes of presentation plus 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of questions. So I will be available on the chat all the webinar long and I'm waiting for your questions. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Marine. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so using surveys to capture customer feedback and insights is one part of a Voice of the Customer program. Voice of the Customer is a term used to describe a set of activities and processes deployed to capture, analyze, and understand the preferences and expectations of customers. These activities are often enabled through technologies such as customer feedback software, text analytics solutions, and sentiment analysis tools. These tools allow companies to collect and analyze large volumes of data in order to adapt marketing and customer service actions in real time. So companies that effectively employ a Voice of the Customer program can experience high returns on their investments. For example, 55% higher rate of customer retention compared to other companies. They can also expect 10 times more year-over-year growth in annual revenue. This revenue, coupled with a 24% decrease in costs related to processing customer service requests, are the type of results that companies with best-in-class Voice of Customer programs can achieve. Lastly, these programs can result in up to a 37% increase in customer commitment, in employee commitment. As you know, employee commitment can directly impact customer satisfaction and should not be overlooked as a key factor of the customer experience equation. While these numbers speak for themselves, how can you achieve similar results for your company? So today's webinar topic will cover how to get started with your customer knowledge program initiatives in order to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Listening to your customers is key. First, I will discuss some key considerations and best practices as you prepare your program. Next, I'll show you a specific example of a personalized smart survey, which can be used to collect qualified customer feedback to glean valuable insights for company-wide impact. Lastly, I'll explain how you can generate value across different departments from the data collected from your questionnaires. So before we get started, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about MyFeelBack, which is a SaaS solution for collecting feedback, customer feedback, thanks to ultra-targeted and personalized smart surveys. Your teams will be able to use MyFeelBack independently to collect customer data at critical touchpoints, thanks to omni-channel targeting to reach the right customer at the right time with the right questionnaire. Email, website, SMS, URL, these are just some of the options available. These questionnaires will adapt in real time to each customer based on existing customer data pulled from your CRM system. For example, customer name, age, gender, their purchase history, and more. This data can then be analyzed with their behavioral data, such as the time spent on your website, the click stream, and also their answers given to the survey in progress. This personalized approach improves the response rate and allows you to collect high quality and contextualized customer data. Once you have this rich source of customer insights, you can activate the data in a number of ways. MyFeelBack allows you to create dynamic dashboards and personalized reports to help leaders manage their teams and activities. Our solution integrates easily with your digital ecosystem, including customer service tools, marketing automation solutions, CRM, and more, allowing your teams to get the most value from the collected data. Lastly, one of the key features with MyFeelBack is that you can set up automatic post-feedback actions based on trigger conditions and transform customer feedback into business opportunities in real time. The MyFeelBack formula is simple. We help you ask the right question to the right customer at the right time to collect amazing customer insights from our smart surveys. So now that you know a little bit more about us, let's go back to step 1. In order to prepare your customer knowledge project, I want to share with you some key tips and best practices that will help you start collecting qualified customer data and transforming it into business opportunities and insights. The best thing that you can do is set yourself up for success on 3 separate levels: strategic, organizational, and operational. One of the high-level questions you need to ask is, why do you want to put in place a customer knowledge project? What are your key strategic goals driving the program? Some examples of strategic goals could include enable customers to share their feedback across multiple touch points, or enable employees to directly respond to customer feedback and improve satisfaction in real time. Another strategic goal could be collect customer feedback, which allows you to better segment your customer base, so you can better communicate with these different segments. Or another one could be integrating customer feedback into your strategic corporate decisions. Taking the time to establish clear strategic goals will also help you better communicate and get everyone on board with accepting the new role that the customer will have within your organization. Next, it's important to define who will oversee the program and ensure its success and adoption. We recommend creating a voice of the customer center of excellence, which is a cross-functional and dedicated team who will not only be some of the first users of the solution, but also key players in creating a customer-centric culture. Your center of excellence starts with a customer experience or voice of the customer manager, who are key in establishing and achieving the strategic goals of the program. Including the digital director in this high-level discussion is critical, considering their role as a leader in the digital transformation of your company. These 3 participants will be integral in also communicating to others in the organization about the benefits and added value of customer feedback in the company's strategy, objectives, and bottom line. Next, you will need to include a customer data or CRM manager in order to ensure effective and proper management of collected customer data. Having a technical manager involved from the start will help ensure ease of integration, supervision, and technical maintenance required for integrating customer data within the existing information system. Marketing and customer relationship managers will need to define their priorities and the questionnaires that will help them obtain key insights needed to adapt and implement their marketing and customer relationship strategies. They will be responsible for reporting key findings to decision makers for action. Next, let's see. So yes, before we go on, I want to emphasize that collaboration and organization will help you set yourself up for success. So next, this center of excellence, this cross-functional team will need to focus on the operational tasks at hand, deciding how employees will collect, analyze, and act on the customer feedback insights. One of the first major steps is to define and understand your customer journey. The customer journey is the complete sum of experiences that customers go through when interacting with your company. You need to understand all of the major steps and secondary steps that your customers have in order to identify and prioritize when you reach out to them for feedback. You can gain incredible insights that will help you convert more potential customers into loyal customers. You may have multiple customer journeys to map out. for multiple buyer personas. A buyer persona is a fictional character which represents a specific customer segment for your brand. Each persona has its own set of characteristics: background, demographics, lifestyle, personality, information sources, and shopping preferences, which you need to map out and understand in a specific customer journey map. Knowing when to contact your customers for feedback is critical. Their honest feedback is really a valuable gift to your teams. At MyFeelBack, we like to work on customer journey mapping with our clients to make sure that we understand all of the major steps and moments of truth when customer feedback could be collected. Moments of truth are crucial points in the customer journey where a customer's opinion about your brand are formed based on their experiences. While focusing on acquisition steps, such as a customer satisfaction after their first visit on your website or in-store can seem evident, some of the greatest and long-lasting value can be achieved by knowing more about your customer's experience during retention moments of truth, such as understanding the reasons why a customer went dormant and isn't making new purchases. We all know that acquiring a new customer is anywhere from 5 to 25 times more expensive than retaining an existing one. We use this tool at MyFeelBack to understand our clients' priorities to make sure we have an active or scheduled questionnaire for each of these prioritized moments of truth. Asking the right questions to the right person at the right moment will help your teams improve products, communication, or services for your customers. So now that you know how to best prepare your Voice of the Customer program, let's discuss some best practices and key considerations as you create your surveys question by question. Then I'll show you a specific example of a smart survey that will guarantee you a high rate of response. So a little bit more before we get started. Our clients obtain on average a response rate of 60% to their smart surveys. You can recreate their success by taking into account these simple tips. Keep your questionnaire short and to the point. 6 questions maximum is the ideal length for a typical customer satisfaction survey. We also recommend that you start your survey with a Net Promoter Score question, since this accounts for a 17% increase in response rate. It's a good icebreaker for customer communications. It can offer insights into issues across departments and gives a general overview of customer satisfaction. Lastly, we strongly recommend that you personalize the first page of your survey by including dynamic variables such as your customer's name or the date of their interaction. It demonstrates to your customer your efforts to create a personalized approach immediately. You will have greater customer engagement with a personalized survey. So as you sit down and you start thinking about your survey contents, these are the questions you need to ask yourselves. Firstly, you have to understand the reason for the survey. Identify your objectives. Is your goal to establish a baseline or to track the evolution of a quantifiable KPI? For example, NPS, CSAT score, a certain response rate, or department-specific indicators? Or perhaps are you needing to identify irritants during a specific moment of the customer journey? Or are you specifically looking for suggestions and ideas directly from your customer base? So identify your objectives. Next, identify your target population. Who will receive the questionnaire? Is it a specific marketing segment? Is it your website visitors? Why do you need feedback from this specific population? Thirdly, identify which contextual data you already have about your target population. This will help you know how you can personalize the questions and in survey scenarios. For example, Do you want your respondents who made their purchase during the COVID crisis to answer a few extra questions about their experience given the specific context? Associating the purchase date with your respondent's answer will help you set up these conditions in your SMART survey. Knowing which contextual data you have about your target population will also help you identify the trigger conditions so that the survey is delivered to the right person at the right time. For example, what variables are available in the data layer on your website? Can you specifically target customers based on this data? Next, start working on formulating your questions, keeping your objectives and indicators in mind. What kind of results do you want to see in a report or a dashboard based on your survey? How can you ask a question so that you get the greatest amount of insights? Maybe it means formulating a multiple choice question and asking your respondents to answer by ranking their top 3 items, their top 3 answers in terms of importance. With one question, you can obtain a multitude of insights. What are your key considerations in terms of open-ended questions? You're trying to get targeted and specific feedback. So can you phrase the question in this way? For example, what are 3 words that you would use to describe our brand? Or what are your key considerations as you decide on your purchase from our brand? What about including standardized questions such as the Net Promoter Score, Customer Satisfaction CSAT score, or Customer Effort Score questions? These type of questions not only allow you to track the evolution of these indicators over time as you make adjustments to your services and products, but it also allows you to benchmark within your industry or market. Lastly, think about how you will activate the collected qualified data in order to get the most return on your investment from your survey. We'll take a closer look at this a bit later, but I do want to show you an example of one of our SMART surveys. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So understanding the customer experience after a purchase was made is a critical moment of truth. If you aren't proactive in understanding what the potential irritants could be, it could be their last purchase with you. Sending out a satisfaction questionnaire by email after an online purchase is an important first step that can directly impact the bottom line. So here's an example of a questionnaire invitation sent with HubSpot. You can also send emails directly from MyFeelBack if you don't have an email marketing solution. As you can see, it's important to personalize the email from the start and also indicate the time required to answer the survey. If your customers know that it will only take a short moment of their time, you will have a greater survey completion rate. Next, you can see that the first question of the survey is integrated directly in the body of the email. This also helps you get a greater response rate and improves engagement since the respondent can click directly on their answer and get started on the questionnaire. Here we have an NPS question to start with a specific color code that helps orient the respondents as they reply. So let's go ahead and click up. The survey opens up in a new tab. And first we ask a few questions about the different steps of the online purchase experience, from logging on to making a payment. So do you agree or disagree with the following based on your ordering experience on our website? You logged in easily, yes. You quickly found what you were looking for, so. You managed to place your order without any difficulty, so. You made your payment without any problems, no problem. Then we click next. Next, we want to know more about the delivery experience. So we ask, are you satisfied with the delivery of your order? Yes or no? Do you agree or disagree with the following based on your delivery experience? So the information about your order and delivery details were accurate. No problems there. The delivery time corresponds to what you have been told. I received it very late, so no. The quality and appearance of the package are in line with our brand image. Sure. So as you can see here, we have a progression bar that gives the respondent an idea of where they are in the survey. And then you also, with MyFeelBack, have the possibility of having a personalized footer where you can include any additional content and also include your share buttons for social media. The survey also has a completely personalized design aspect. So we have perfect alignment with our branding. Next, we ask about the purchase intention. So would you buy again on our website? Yes, I don't know, no. If the answer is no, we can ask for comments with an open-ended question, which allows the customer to fully explain the reason for their previous answer. Maybe you didn't know that the website UX needs improving, or that the marketing messages are not aligned with customer expectations or the delivery of the product. Or perhaps you need improving on your ordering and payment services. We also want to ask our customers for suggestions on improving their shopping experience online. So by asking our customers to rank their top 3 choices, we can obtain clear feedback that will allow marketing and website teams to prioritize the most impactful decisions. So for me, I really want to know more about the products. So for me, creating a product selector tool will help me find new products. I also need more product information. And because I love products, I want to be able to save them, save my favorite items. So 1, 2, and 3 in terms of importance, 1 being the most important. And we finish up. Then we have specific thank you pages based on whether our respondent was a promoter or a detractor. So for promoters, this is the occasion to give them a link to sign up for our referral program. When they click on the link, they can visit the sign up page on your website. For detractors, we can share a message saying that we will take their comments and responses into account in order to continually improve our services. So as you can see, you can personalize the in-survey scenarios and questions in order to obtain qualified and actionable customer feedback. So let me go back. So now to finish up, I want to discuss with you how you can generate company-wide value with the data collected from your questionnaires. I want to share the big picture with you and then do a quick focus on how one specific team, your marketing team, can generate value from the collected data. One of the key benefits to using a customer feedback management solution is that it can be the centralizing tool within your digital ecosystem. As I showed you today, you can use your marketing automation solution to send surveys out, managing the marketing pressure to avoid marketing fatigue on your customer base. The customer then fills out the survey, creating precious data that can be shared throughout the whole ecosystem. Thanks to simple integrations, you can, for example, send qualified customer data back into your CRM solution to update your customer database with information such as an NPS or a CSAT score, a marketing persona, or even update missing data, such as an email address or a birth date that you captured during the survey. As you can see, a number of your digital tools can be enriched if the customer feedback solution acts as the centralized link, collecting and activating customer feedback to create cross-functional value. MyFeelBack offers a number of native connectors with marketing tools, CRM and CDP solutions, analytics and business intelligence tools, customer service tools, and e-reputation tools. For example, with the Zendesk native connector with MyFeelBack, you can create and enrich Zendesk tickets in real time, with data collected from all touch points throughout the customer journey, which will allow you to keep an up-to-date 360-degree view of your customers. Map any information collected in the Smart Survey into data fields in Zendesk. For example, customer name, email, telephone number, the NPS score, and the nature of their complaint. This helps your customer service team resolve their problems more efficiently and effectively thanks to detailed, pertinent, and up-to-date customer information. Next, I want to focus on how one specific team, the marketing team, can generate value using the Smart Surveys. For example, we can take a look at how they can create an NPS process based on our example, a satisfaction questionnaire sent out after an online purchase. A customer makes an online purchase and receives the email the satisfaction survey 7 days later, for example, the time it takes to process the order and receive the delivery. The customer then completes the survey and their answers are sent to a CRM tool where specific actions are triggered. For the promoters, we want to activate these happy customers. We can send them invitations to join a referral program and therefore generate the most value from their satisfaction. Next, for the passives, those who gave a score of 7 or 8, we want to be proactive with them. We want to convert them into promoters. So this can trigger a specific program to reassure this type of customer by sending out for perhaps a coupon code or any action as defined by the marketing team for this type of customer. Now, for the detractors, the stakes are high because we need to act efficiently to correct their dissatisfaction. For those who do wish to be contacted based on a question we asked them in the survey, we can have a customer service rep call them back to better understand the situation and resolve it. For those that don't want to be called back, we can still generate value from their feedback by consolidating the results, which can give insights on how to plan for continuous improvement. We can also use the insights given in an overall corporate action plan for a better customer experience, because the purchase experience is just one aspect and deserves to be analyzed in this overall corporate action plan for better customer experience. Another marketing use for collected data is to develop and improve your marketing personas. The way your respondents answer the surveys can help you establish these marketing personas. Then you can enrich your CRM based on this persona, detected persona, in order to trigger personalized marketing actions. As we can see in the example on the right here, we ask a series of questions which each answer is associated with a specific marketing persona. Based on the way different respondents answer these questions, we can have a result in a persona of either Sonia, somebody who is always looking out for the latest trends, or a persona of Nicholas, somebody who is more of a do-it-yourselfer. So once you have established the personas, we can use them to create pertinent experiences for our customers. Here we can see that for the persona of Sonia, somebody who loves the latest trends, we can plan a number of marketing actions. For example, based on her average shopping cart total, we can suggest additional products in order to reach the average cart total of 150 euros. Because we know that she's a promoter, we can send her information about a referral program thanks to her promoter NPS score. Other options include sending rewards and different promotions that will also benefit these type and enrich these types of customers. Based on her preferences for the latest trends, on the website, we can display customized banners of the latest trends when she visits the website, and many other actions as you see here on this slide. So Overall, in order to generate cross-functional value across your organization, using qualified collected data is one of the best ways to do it. And using a customer feedback management solution like MyFeelBack can help you obtain that return on your investment in your customer knowledge project. Before finishing up, I quickly want to show you some of the other results that some of our customers were able to achieve with MyFeelBack Smart Surveys. So Groupama is an insurance group that's present in 12 countries. They were able to obtain a 42% response rate for their online questionnaires. And during re-engagement questionnaires, we were able to re-engage 46% of respondents thanks to their use of our solution. AG2R La Mondiale is a multinational insurance firm which was able to transform customer feedback into 15% additional sales thanks to listening to their customer feedback. Le Figaro is a long-standing daily newspaper in France which was able to increase the number of subscribers in 1 year by 50%. And thanks to their use of our decisional dashboards and statistical reports, they were able to go 4 times faster in their decision-making across different departments. So we'll send you, at the end of this presentation, you'll be able to review these use cases and get more detailed information about what was put into place, what were the specific challenges, and more about these results obtained. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar about how to deliver an outstanding customer experience using smart surveys. Let's check in with Marine to see if you had any questions. And in case we aren't able to get to all of them right now, we'll make sure to follow up.
Yeah, thank you very much, Anna. So I do have some questions for you. So the first one is, how many times does it take to launch a questionnaire with MyFeelBack?
So the time it takes to launch a questionnaire is really quick. We have a very ergonomic, user-friendly interface, and you're able, once you have your questionnaire contents planned out, what type of questions you want to ask, what are the type of answers, if there are multiple choice questions or rating scale questions. Once everything is decided, integrating it onto our platform is relatively quick. Obviously, it depends on the length of your survey. So if you're doing something like a customer satisfaction survey, we recommend keeping it short, around 6 or 7 questions. It can go rather quickly. If you're using MyFeelBack to do more of a longer study to really understand customer expectations, behavior, and feedback, those surveys that might feature several pages, up to 20 or 30 questions, in order to get targeted feedback from your study, those can take a little bit longer to integrate, which is normal given their length. We also provide a full training session, a hands-on training session with your teams. So we take a specific survey need that you will define, and together during our training session, we will integrate it on the platform with you to give you the best tips and tweaks in order to improve the survey as we go along. So using a real survey need, we're able to discover all of the different functionalities and benefits that you can get from using MyFeelBack.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna. I have a second one, which is it possible to analyze results of the survey directly into MyFeelBack?
Yes. MyFeelBack has a specific module called the analysis module, where you're able to create 2 different types of reporting tools. So you're able to create static reports, which are like a photograph in time. So you're able to create graphs, tables, charts, and comment these graphs and charts directly in the report, which you can then export in a number of different formats, Excel format, PDF format, or CSV format. You're also able to send up automatic sharing of your reports so that they are sent out to a specific list of recipients on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. So that's something you're able to completely manage within the tool. The other type of reporting tool you're able to directly create in MyFeelBack are our dynamic dashboards. So the dashboards are when you need to have real-time updates to your indicators as you follow as you receive the survey answers. So you'll have a dashboard that updates with every single response that you receive. On these dashboards and reports as well, you're able to select specific filters in order to get a really detailed view of the results that you want to show. For example, you can create a dashboard for each regional team. You can create one dashboard, and for post-purchase satisfaction. And you can include a filter where you will use the contextual data of the regional team. Next, you apply the filter on a dashboard for each region, so North America, Europe, Africa. You apply the filter, and then you can share the dashboard pre-filtered with each of the teams that are concerned. That way, they each have access to the data that concerns them. So these are tools and analytical tools that you can use to analyze the results directly in MyFeelBack.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna. We do have an additional question, which is, can we see a dashboard live? So maybe it was not planned, but maybe you can share your screen and
sure.
show.
Let me open one up. Just one moment. That's a great question. So let me open one up. So here's an example of a dashboard. So as you can see, we have our filters at the top. So we're able to filter by the date. So it's in French, but we can filter by a specific period: today, yesterday, this week, last week, month, the last 30 days, or a personalized period of dates. So you're able to automatically adjust the results that are shown on the dashboard based on a date filter. Next, we have a country filter. So I'll go ahead and select just France. As you can see, the dashboard automatically adjusts to show only the data that is related to the country in the filter. So we're also able to filter based on the team. So team 1, team 2, team 3, same thing. I want to see just the results from France and the team 3. And lastly, we have also a customer service representative, because we have that information about for each of our respondents. We know who was the customer service rep who responded to their call. So we're able to see now just the results for David. David is not on the team, so that's why it doesn't show up.
So Anna, this is a customer services calls satisfaction dashboard.
Exactly. So here, this is something that you can use for your customer service department in order to manage and lead your teams. So you can give, for example, each of your customer service representatives a view of their satisfaction in real time based on all of these different indicators, which I'll show you in just a moment. And then the team leader can have the team view overall in order to better manage their team. So it really is a way to share this customer-centric approach across all levels of the team, from customer service rep to manager to executives. So here we have the overview of the dashboard. So we have a whole section dedicated to the analysis of the NPS score. So here we have the overall NPS score with the number of responses that were in our that it's based on. Here to the right, we have the evolution based on the previous period. So it depends on what you select here in the date filter. Next, we have the NPS profile based on the reason for the call. So the reason for the call, this is one of those contextual data, one of the pieces of contextual data that we have about our customers. So we know, are they calling for information? Are they calling to make a complaint? Are they calling to end their subscription? Or are they calling to subscribe? So based on that, we're able to see the breakdown of detractors, passives, and promoters based on the reason for their call. This allows us to know where do we need to focus our efforts. Is it better training on giving information? Is it better management of unscription calls? Pardon me. So this is a really detailed view of the NPS based on the reason for the call. I'll go a little further. So we also have, let me remove some of the filters so we have a little more information. Okay, now we have the NPS score based on the customer service representative. So we can see for each customer service rep, what is their NPS score? Helps you better manage your team, know which ones need a little bit more effort, a little bit more help. Next, we have the evolution of the NPS score. So we can see monthly, month by month, how does the NPS score evolve over time? Is it increasing, decreasing, remaining stable? This will help you measure, are the different changes that you're making to your process and activities, are you going to have results from those? Is the score going up? Or do you need a new action plan? Next, we have the NPS score based on the reason for the calls. So again, we have a high level of detail for the NPS score based on this context for the call. If we keep going down, we have the satisfaction with each of the different aspects of a customer service experience. For example, in dark blue, the welcome and the friendliness of the customer service representative, the quality of the response that was given, and the waiting time. As you can see, we can analyze it for each reason for the call. So it's really a detailed view. Next, we're going a little more deeply into some of the open-ended questions. So we offer a verbatims analysis. So here we have an indicator that shows the subjects that have an impact on your satisfaction. These are the key words that you need to focus on because we know that they have the greatest impact on satisfaction. If you want to know more, you're able to also include an option where you can click on the indicator and directly consult the collected data.
I think, Anna, it was a question we just had. What can I do to read more about the result, you know? So yes,
absolutely.
Say that.
Yes, so here we are. We can also do different, let me show you. We can do different types of indicators for the verbatims. So if I scroll down up.
Yeah, and here you have the feedbacks.
So here we have the analysis of the comments. So here again, we have the subjects that have an impact on the satisfaction. We saw that in the last dashboard as well. If we want to know more, we also have the ability to make word clouds. So here are all the keywords that are associated with detractors. And we can see the frequency is displayed in the size. If we want to consult them, we can go ahead and click directly from the dashboard where we open up a table that gives us information about contextual information, the NPS score, the category of NPS, and the specific comment that was given. Once we've consulted that, we were able to dig a little deeper. We want to go back to the high-level view in the dashboard. We're able to do that. So if we go down in the dashboard, we can also have the raw data shown in a table. So here we wanted to include the open-ended answers, so the verbatims that are updated in real time with each response given. So we have the reason for the call and also the comments that go with it. So I hope that answered your question to see exactly the high level of detail you're able to have in our decisional dashboards. You're able to really scrutinize every detail and better understand your NPS score. Thanks to all of this contextual data that we're able to capture and exploit, get the best use out of in MyFeelBack, not only for personalizing your surveys, personalizing the trigger conditions, but also for understanding and analyzing the results.
Thank you, Anna. Maybe we can end this webinar with the last question, which is more about the first part of your presentation, and which is the following one. What is your advice when selecting the most important moment of truth in my customer journey?
I think it's important to see which ones, for example, if you're just getting started out, which moment of truth can give you the best impact, measurable impact, the quickest. So something might be as simple as a cart abandon questionnaire. When somebody is on your website, they fill up their cart with items, and then they go to close the web page. And with MyFeelBack, we're able to see their intention to leave the website and include a small pop-in or a button that says, wait, why are you leaving? You can ask quickly a question, and if you find out, for example, among all the different options, they understand that they think that the delivery fees are too high. So behind that, as soon as they answer that, you can have a post-feedback action pre-configured in MyFeelBack that will send a coupon code to receive 15% off their delivery fees and immediately transform the customer feedback into business opportunities. That is something that I would recommend you focus on immediate, the low-hanging fruit. What can you get the most value of immediately in order to demonstrate the success of a customer feedback management system? Once you're able to get even more executives and decision makers on board, they can clearly see the value that a simple survey can give you in pure business terms, how many additional sales were made. It's much easier for you to set up the next priorities. So that's what I would do. I would see which moment of truth can you prioritize, because you're able to measure the impact of a survey immediately, and you'll be that much more successful in all of your next steps as you look at the other moments of truth.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you.
So I think we can just close this webinar now. So thank you all for attending, and we will send you the replay of this webinar and along with all the content we have shared. So hope you had a nice moment.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.